Hey guys, welcome back to the WODdoc Project 365, episode 976. Guys, if you're following along on YouTube, please jump on over to WODdoc.com. Check out all of our full-length videos. That's where we house them, and the site is absolutely free for all you guys to check out, right? What we're talking about today is 17.2 recovery. I had the opportunity, privilege, right, of allowing myself to go through the torture of that today. So any of you that have been, competing in the open and doing this workout, obviously you'll probably understand that it's a very grippy workout, right? With the dumbbells, 2 dumbbells, it doesn't matter if you're guys or girls. First of all, they're odd objects, so you're constantly taxing the hands by either stabilizing the dumbbells on top of the shoulders, or when you're doing the dumbbell cleans. And then you never really get a break from your hands because you're up there doing toes to the bar or the bar muscle up. So it's very grippy. Forearms get fired up pretty quick. Also, key parts for me that got fired up: low back and hip flexors on the lower portion of my abdominal region, right? So the toes to the bar fires you up just a little bit. It wasn't as taxing to my quads with the lunges. That burning sensation went away pretty quick. So I have some movements for you guys that I want you to concentrate on. Keep in mind, whenever the movements that I show you, add into whatever hot spots or ailments that you're working on yourself. These are just keys that I think you guys should address. Since there's so many different regions I want to catch today, I'm going to show you one combination movement and then the other 2 spots that I want to be able to hit. All right. So since my back and I imagine many of yours kind of got lit up just a little bit, probably has a lot to do with the amount of the lat dominated activities that you guys are doing. So I want to be able to prep the forearms to be able to stretch the hands, okay? And at the same time, I want to get some combination work into mobilizing my back. So you're going to notice that I'm kind of set up in this half sit pose, right? This back leg here can do anything it necessarily wants, all right? The key to this movement I'm going to show you is the front leg, okay? The leg that's closest to the ground needs to be bent because I'm going to be rotating towards that leg, all right? And that's what blocks me. This back leg, if you want to keep it straight or if you want to keep it semi-bent, it's fine. What you're going to do is naturally you kind of post right where I am right here. You're just going to bring your elbow down to that position. I'm going to take a roller. In this case, I have a peanut, right? But any roller would work. And I'm going to take the opposite hand, and you can see how this starts to induce rotation as I put my forearm on it, right? I'm going to look in this direction. I'm basically going to reach and roll, right? So I get this combination of starting to mobilize the tissues of my forearms, all right? But at the same time, I'm getting a nice stretch through the back as I reach as well, right? So it mobilizes the lat and shoulder, and also I'm able to get some of that mobility, that tissue treatment to the forearm as well, right? So we're looking at 30 repetitions just like this, right? Where I'm reaching as far as I can and rolling, reaching and rolling. After I do this on both sides, obviously I've changed just like this so you can be able to see it from the back, all right? Reach and roll, reach and roll, fast forward, 30 repetitions are done. Now I at least have some tissue care, so to speak. I've got some pliability within the forearms that might have been jacked up a lot. And I can go into this stretch, very typical stretch that we do for our palms, where I'm just driving my shoulders from the quadruped position straight over. Now, if you want to get a little extra stretch here, don't worry about doing both hands at the same time, because what you're going to do is you're going to take the opposite hand and lift up with the fingers. And you can do the same thing. See, I'm kind of rocking. As I rock back, my fingers come up. As I rock forward, my fingers come down. All right, but I keep that wrist into full extension, and I'm getting a little bit into the fingers as well. All right, so I'm able to get some hand and wrist mobility and stretch out these tissues that probably have become so dense and tight. Again, we're going to hang out with the 30 repetition trend here. So we get in here, 30 repetitions. If we want more, 30 repetitions. Then we're going to take care of the hip flexors, okay? You want to take a light to moderate kettlebell. Shouldn't be using 70 pounds or anything like that with this one. We're going to go over what we consider belly button and hip flexor. All right, if I could draw a line straight from that position, belly button to hip flexor, all right, this is where I'm going to put that bell, okay? So Notice I lay it to the side, not using the horns or the handle or anything else like that. And basically, if it bumps into your hip bone, all right, we need to move it a little bit medial, right? So we're basically trying to move it perpendicular. We're trying to move it at a diagonal down towards the midline, inferior midline of our body, right? Almost towards your crotch region. Just relax your head, relax everything else, and you're just going to allow that bell to sink in there. Notice how this hip is just a little bit flexed. That's allowing all that tissue in the front part to kind of just relax and let that bell sink in there. So from right there, I'm just going to start lifting and bringing my heel all the way down to the ground. What I don't want to see you guys do here is keep the knee up, all right? So as the heel comes down, the knee extends, and I'm always trying to get that knee pit to the ground as well. I bring the sucker back up, and I come on back down, okay? We're going to do this bilateral, 30 repetitions. Of course, hit whatever hot spots you have with anything else, but these combination movements, I think, will give you the best bang for your buck in recovery from 17.2. Questions, comments, post them below, and until tomorrow, we're optimizing function to optimize performance.